pick up the fact that this is... There we go! Fuck. Apologies for that, stream. I have no idea why OBS just decided, hey, your microphone doesn't exist. Until I changed it to something else, then changed it back to this. The good old turn it off and on again solved that, I guess. But good now to you all. I hope this broadcast finds you well. My name is Artorius Winchester, Scholar of the Dreaming Glade. And welcome back to Scarlet Hollow, where we'll be tackling Chapter 4 tonight. Which means it'll be like, what? I hear Chapter 5's quite long, so, what, by the end of this, just under 4/5 of the way through, like, my first playthrough? Obviously, I'm not going to say 4/5 of the way through the available content, because schizophrenic Mike, something like that, yeah. Oh. Perhaps, oh, my chat isn't set up properly again. Excuse me if I'm being a bit prissier than normal about that. Can I just have the correct window open? There we go, thank you. And then I can... There we go, much better, much better. Right. So, first thing I should probably say before we start off, you may notice, I finally fixed my overlays. Kind of, maybe. I'm testing out something new. I have kind of backfilled it with the previous subscribers, you know, raiders, followers, all that. I am hoping that these get updated automatically whenever we get a new follower or raider or subscriber. But who knows? Maybe we do, maybe we don't. I'm not entirely sure. I hope we do. I think by virtue of these testing like this should work out. But, like I say, genuinely downloaded this a couple of hours ago. I'm not set on the colors or the positionings yet. Like, it kind of feels weird that they're not center aligned, but also it's going to depend on people's names because getting these center aligned is kind of a pain in the ass with the way I've got them set up. I suppose, I don't know, should I? I'm not gonna fuck around with it too much now. They can stay like this for this stream, and then, you know, maybe they do that for evermore, maybe not. Who's to say? But yeah, so jobbed. We've got that, and I'm gonna look more into this thing, because apparently I might be able to, like, auto-run ads with that, which would be nice, so I don't just, like, run one at the start of the stream and then kind of fucking bumble my way through the rest of it. So that'd be nice, and, like, little kind of heads-up notices in chat of when my ads are gonna happen. And, yeah, so, I mean, it's mostly kind of, I guess, back-end stuff, but yeah, the stream is being improved. Now, if only I could get those shorts going, eh? Oh, one step at a time, perhaps. But yeah, anyway, Scarlet Hollow. I'm not going to go over what we did last time, because I imagine there's going to be a recap. Ooh, I do remember... Oh, cool. There's options to do that here. But anyway, let's do as we do every time and just make sure we have saved... anew, just in case. And then let's continue on. Would you like to see a recap? Yes, just a recap of episode 3. Oh, and it's my usual gauntlet of, can I remember how any of these characters were named? As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Artie, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I mean, I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in all that. I think that Janie was a bit like that. I'll be praying for those poor kids. I can't imagine how scared they must be. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Artie, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will be just a minute. Well, if it ain't Artie. Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. He was there with Stella that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My name's Bo. I'm Duke's boy. 3 for 3 so far, I think, or possibly 4 for 4. Hope you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. I wouldn't mind some company while I get some shelving done if you'd like to join me. Oh yeah, I forgot we had Oscar as well. 5 for 5, by the way. Killing it. Yep, needs a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. This is an important part of the recap. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. Oh, fucking hell, this guy. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it that you're Artie? Everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. I think that's the voice I gave him, I honestly can't remember. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. Your mom is so scary. Yeah, she can be a little intense. Kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately and haven't been cleaning that much. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food, and Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. It would help if I could read. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week, while Artie is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a little movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Oh, no, sorry. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're here sooner than I expected. Hope dinner went okay. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Okay, hold on, well, that wasn't quite Avery. It was like, hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? That's it. It was kind of like you got to start at Johnny Bravo and then soften it a bit for Avery. That's kind of how I think to get into it. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch, the floor around it stained reddish-brown. I'm going for it. Top 10 worst ideas. Yep. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Before you have the chance to think, another door creaks open on what you thought was the ceiling. What did I do for Wayne? Then you are. Something like this, maybe? Sort of going for the Adam Jensen vibe a bit. I never asked for this. There you are. This is quite the maze, isn't it? And absolutely crawling with these miserable little parasites. I'm not sure I love it. I might tweak this one a bit over the course of the stream. Bottom feeders. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. Forfeit your years, and I will finally leave. You come to in a basement, a mound of packed dirt in front of you. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, but Wayne lurks by the stairwell, as though he's been patiently waiting for you to wake up. There you are, and it looks like you're all in one pit. Sybil pauses mid-sentence as she notices Wayne from the corner of her eyes. Come with me, dear. Let's get you home. This was a close call. Make sure nothing happens to him, or there'll be hell to pay. Sorry, I can't talk right now. See you later. I'm starting to come to realizing that Stella and Wayne have far too similar a voice, which is weird. She hurries off down the road. I'm looking forward to continuing our chat tomorrow once you've had some time to rest. Do not trust Sybil in the slightest, at the minute, quite frankly. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried underneath your family's musty covers. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest, but disaster still looms over the town of Scarlet Hollow. Still, tonight was a good night, and you fall asleep with a gentle, well-earned smile on your face. Wakey, wakey! You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine, but your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. I hope you made it home okay? Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Let's drop her a text. Send Stella a photo of a nervous puppet. Nah, just a hey you good. You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. What? Why? Oh God, there are some options in this game. What are your theories of what's going to happen in this episode? I mean, I assume more Stella and Wayne related things. At least I'm kind of hoping it is, because I don't know which one I trust less at this point, so I want more of them in the spotlight. Under the interrogation lamp, as it were. Because they both know something, and neither of them will fucking tell me what's going on, so I've got to crack one of them at some point. Not like that, not in the Guna crack sense. Right, I've just realised that that language has been updated in modern parlance. I am not trying to do that to either of them. I meant one of them's going to crack as in, like, crack under pressure type thing. Haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Gotta keep checking the doll. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Oh, we're not going to interrogate that further. We're not going to say how we know that. Is there, like, Wayne residue about? You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of your day. In the meantime, you think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it even now. You'll be going back there today. You're sure of it. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. Think about those two girls still buried in that horrible mine. Think about Gretchen and Stella's face as she pulled the trigger. I mean, fucking hell. Scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories from your skin as if they're a part of the dirt that coats you. Think about Sybil's warning. The worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne and whether you're ever truly alone. Think about someone special. Think about finally being out this hellhole. A couple of options I want to pick there, but I can only pick one, it seems. I am going to think about Sybil's warning. Oh, we don't get anything extra from that. Just, yeah, damn. It's time to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. Ooh, hell yeah. They're striking. This week of all weeks. As if I didn't have enough on my plate already. If history's anything to go off of here, it almost doesn't matter how strong the strike seems. This is Tabitha's battle to lose. There isn't a union in Scarlet Hollow, which means a proper strike isn't even legal. Your cousin can pretty much do whatever she wants. She could fire everyone and wait them out, for instance, or pick and choose her targets. That being said, does it even matter how the strike plays out? Any resolution would merely treat the symptoms of the disease rotting the heart of Scarlet Hollow. For things to stand any chance of getting better, there's something deeper you still have to fully uncover. Talk about the strike. God, there's so many options here. Okay, it's mystical, but I don't think mystical outside of, like, you being in a literal, like, seance like we were last time is, like, ever helpful. So that's why the ditchlings are here. Not helpful. Also, I'm not even sure that she knows what a ditchling is. Usually I'm pro-union, and in this case, I still am. No fucking buts. Don't be a scab. Do you know what the strikers even want? That's a reasonable question. That one goes on the maybe list. Probably should have seen this coming. That just feels like being a dick. Just give them what they want. It's the right thing to do. I want more details first. Just give them what they want. It's no use fighting the inevitable. Weirdly, again, just weird. Just fire all of them? No. I can't believe the gall of these people. You're in a really difficult spot right now. With everything else going on, it's hard to care about something as mundane as a strike. Yeah, do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. So, ghosts are real. I still can't get over that. Still sticking to the ghost story, huh? I really don't have the time to indulge a little bit. Cool. Any news about the trapped kids? Oh, we have confirmation of at least one voice down there, and the boys have been digging around the clock. I don't think it'll be long before we can put all this unpleasantness behind us. That's good, actually. Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. She tends to just disappear every now and then. She's tough. She'll be able to take care of herself. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? That's nice of her. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Fuel up with a quick PB&J. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. It's time to head to town. So now I've got my nuts and the PB&J. The nuts are going on the final boss, but the PB&J I might actually use, you know, before then. You head to the front door. Front door? What the fuck? You head to the front door and begin your trek into the town below. Hey, buddy. I see you there. Hey, buddy, I see you there as well. And 3. Cool. They're just everywhere, even in the daytime now. Like it's the least obvious one I spot first, and it's like, oh, also, here's these 2, like, significantly more... 3, sorry, that's one there as well. More, like, imminent threats. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery grey light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, let's go, Avery. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Flirt, stop it. Catching out feeling that's new day. Obsession is the sort of thing that can leave a mark on a person's soul. Actually, not a terrible answer from Mystic for once, which is nice. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. How are you doing today? Have you heard anything from Stella? Yeah. How do you feel now that it's a new day? Possession is the sort of thing that can leave a mark on a person's soul. Oh, thanks for asking about the state of my soul. I appreciate that. I'd be lying if I said it didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually. But hey, that's part of life, right? Nobody ever makes it to the end completely unscathed. And I'm kind of thrilled that my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. Fair play, honestly. There's ditchlings everywhere now, though, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree line. Oh, I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them, with their scrunched up little Shar-Pei faces. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but, like, are they dangerous? They're not going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? Not eaten, just used as an incubator. That's probably worse, though, I don't know. I don't know. They've only been using wild animals so far, but I wouldn't be surprised if they switch to larger prey soon. An incubator? So they don't eat people? That's not so bad. I could handle a couple of eggs under my skin. What? Insane statements, but okay. Yeah, what? Is it terrible to we kind of need to grow a weird little guy? What the fuck is this conversation? Holy, I'm sorry, Avery, I cannot match your freak here. And the animals didn't make it out the incubation stage intact. But they didn't have modern medicine on their side. I'm sure I could figure it out with the help of a doctor or two and make it out relatively unscathed. Maybe I'd even be able to let the eggs hatch instead of just having them removed. It'd be sad to kill the babies, but at the end of the day, if it's me or them, I gotta go with self-preservation. I was wondering when you'd finally say something. Oh, wait, I've right-clicked. Holy shit. I was wondering when you'd finally say something really weird, and you seem too normal to live here. What the fuck? You know, Avery's 100% a monster fucker. Apparently. Huh. What? You don't agree? That's fine. To each their own. But I'm the kind of person who wouldn't mind giving a couple of weird little creatures a warm place to pupate if I had it to spare. Damn. I mean, respect, I guess? And if they don't kill me. Huh. Well, that's something I've learned about Avery. Cool there. They know what they like. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came by for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so inflammable. Keiko and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Want to come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I got time. Don't know how much time, though. From what I saw this morning, the diner is hopping. It's absolutely packed with miners. They must be using it as a home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. Have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Oddie, you made it. And you picked up an Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted, and super foggy. Mom's been insisting I caught a cold and I wasn't buying it. But as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not going to let that stop me from looking for Stella. I was supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she wouldn't have told all of us last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of a whole New Age mystic thing. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Ugh, I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all these existential crises. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we found Stella. Let's not dawdle more about Stella. It doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. I guess, yeah, let's not dawdle. I'm worried about Stella and it doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed. Let's get to work. Where to first? Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she just slept in. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today. Just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. The interior is cold, and not just physically. There is an absence of joy in life that leaves only a chill behind. This is the ghost of an empty house. There is a sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Cool. I'll be brave and go first. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room. Or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm going to forget that you said that and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. Investigate the kitchen, because we may as well. Oh, Gretchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Looks normal to me. I don't know. It is a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you'd call my room. I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. We're getting off track. Stella's house always has felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. I thought maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. Feel your mistake. Poor Gretchen. I mean, look. It's sad. It's not a mistake. That's the thing. Like, if I could go back to that, I would pick the same thing again. Not a mistake. Maybe this is a rare peek behind the curtain of the real Stella. The real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Well, then. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. I'd better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't going to say anything. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on a computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? We already broke into her house, right? For all we know, there could be some sort of clue on there. Like a note detailing exactly where she is. We didn't break into her house, the door was left wide open. Yeah, no, that's probably a good point. Yeah, no, Kanika's right. There probably isn't anything helpful on there. Fair enough. It's probably not a good use of our time. Thank you. I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what our room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Oh, she still does the corkboard with strings thing. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think that actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. There goes that. You turn to leave Stella's house. Okay, so maybe she came home last night. Maybe she didn't, but she's definitely missing. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hoped she would just be sleeping in. Can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? Huh. We should check in on Oscar. He's smart. Maybe he'll know what to do. I hope nothing else happened after we all went home last night. I was so brave for sleeping in that house after everything we went through. I'd rather sleep in the woods with the ditchlings than a place that was that haunted. Your mom said it's safe, and I'm inclined to believe her. Why would she lie? But how does she know that? Magic, probably. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go. Morning light streams in through the library's large windows. In the bright daylight, it's once again a place of comfort, all menace having fled in the wake of Charles Shaw Jr.'s departure. No ghost, thank God. I was not up for an encore. Yeah, it's gone, just like your mom said it would be. I guess Oscar must be in the back. I know that's where I'd be if I finally got my house back. I've always been surprised at how unsupervised this place is. Oops, I right-clicked again. Sometimes it feels like anyone could walk in and do whatever they wanted. Like what? Steal books? I mean, they could, right? I'm not saying anyone would. I'm just saying that people in this town trust each other. A lot. It's nice. Let's go find Oscar. You make your way back towards the annex. It feels strange to be back here in the light of day, as if the events of the previous evening were all just a terrible dream. More accurately, it feels as if the events of the previous evening were mostly a dream. The hideous stone carving is still buried in the basement, and though it's subtle and subdued, you can still feel the faintest of hums reaching out from it. This hallway really takes me back. It feels like only yesterday that we were last here, blissfully unaware that our entire lives were about to change forever. It was only yesterday. I know. Kanika knocks the door. Oh, good morning. It's so good to see all of you. Please come on in. You have no idea how good it felt to sleep in our own house last night. Though I suppose I didn't do too much sleeping. I mostly sat up and stared at the hatch all night. Nothing happened, but the idea that something could happen was more than enough to keep me wide awake. So, what brings you here? Stella's been missing last night, and we're trying to work out if anyone's seen her. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you? Nope, we have no clue where she's gone. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. I feel terrible. I should have done a better job warning her. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. There's no way you could have known how she would react when she found it. I don't even think she knew how she'd react. Oh wait, I don't even think she knew how she'd react. That was Avery taking over there. And besides, you didn't know how bad it was going to get. You can't blame yourself for everything, man. I know you probably feel like it's your responsibility to make sure everyone around you is okay, but sometimes that's just not going to be possible. You're only one guy. Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. That doesn't mean something bad happened. It doesn't exactly sound like it's all sunshine and roses for her either. Sorry that I can't be more helpful, especially after everything y'all have done for us. I know time is of the essence right now, but while you're here, I wanted to let you know that I'm determined to do whatever I can to help investigate what's happening to our town. I was hoping we could compare notes. It might help me narrow down where I should start my research. As far as I'm aware, there was nothing paranormal in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by weird little goblin creatures in the woods and plagued by angry ghosts. You think that was an inciting event, right? I do. That's my thought too. It was never like this in the Hollow before. Something must have happened that kicked off all this magic stuff. Avery stares at you. I mean, it's obvious, right? You don't think things only started happening once Artie got here? Kanika shoots Avery a glare. No, we are not throwing Artie under the bus. What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst. Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple of steps away from the whole town deciding to shore him. No one's going to drag Artie into a witch hunt on my watch. I like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on rails. I'd rather play it safe. Don't worry, it's not like I'm gonna run around telling everyone that Artie magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there's a catalyst for all of this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? Oh, if I may, Artie getting into town isn't the only major event that's happened lately. Perlan died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time he arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before Perlan passed, I think. I never thought to make note of exactly when the spirit made itself known. If there's a root cause for all this, hopefully there's a way to put the genie back in its bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there's ever been any similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. We'll fill you in on what little we know, so at least you have some place to start. Oh, okay, yeah, actually. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There was one in the mines and another in your basement. There might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time. And to think someone must have put it there. But who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Artie. Artie, didn't you say you felt like something similar to the mines... Didn't you say you felt something similar to the mine seal outside the clinic yesterday? I hope that doesn't mean there's something weird is about to happen there, too. Uh-oh. Losing the only doctor's office in town seems like it would be bad. Here's hoping we sort things out before that becomes an issue. You know, I was thinking about filling that basement with cement and pretending it was never a part of the house. But if we're all in here, maybe we should go down and... Oscar sighs. Take a close look at that carving, seal, whatever it is. Oh, heck yeah! It'd be like checking out the behind the scenes of a haunted house the morning after. I mean, I know you're joking, but that's literally what we'd be doing, right? Heh, now you mention it, yeah. I guess that wasn't the best analogy. It's been bad enough going into haunted houses and abandoned coal mines at night, but there's something that feels so much worse about going down there in the middle of the day. I can't say I'm thrilled at the thought of it either, but we need to do whatever we can to start getting ahead of these things. I really don't think this is a good idea. The spirit is gone, but you can still feel a faint hum undulating from the basement. Imminent danger may not await you down there, but the stone remains active, if at least weakened. Who knows in what strange way it might manifest itself. I like how we get two mystical options saying do or don't go down there. And then we have two options saying do or don't go down there, but normally. It's like, thank you, Mystic. This is also, like, I do kind of want to go back down there. But... Oh, am I going to get bitten in the arse for, like, looking at none of these carvings? Because I dodged the one in the clinic. Although I at least did make note of, like, hey, you know, there's something we should probably go back to at some point. Because but like Stella's probably, I don't know, Toughy. It's like I really should be looking for Stella, and if this thing nabs us the entire day, that could be like bad. I don't think we have time to dig around in your basement right now. We're still on Stella quest. Right is right, I guess. Stella takes priority here, even if going down there would be super interesting. Of course. I'll take a look in my own time, then. I'm not going to risk losing our home because I was too scared of a now unhaunted basement. If you want my opinion, nobody needs to go down there again. You had the right idea, Oscar. Just seal up the hatch and forget it was ever there. There's still something sinister down there. Make him listen to you. No more unheeded warnings. Oh, okay. It is bad. Uh-huh. Well, see, now I feel like we ought to go down there as a troop again. That's weird. This feels rude, but like, because you don't need to blow up Oscar like this. Like, yeah, Oscar, do not go down there. Or I could really belabor the point, I guess, even if it is a bit heavy-handed. Fuck it. Okay, if you're insisting on going down there no matter what, we're going with you. Same. We're all in this together. Y'all can go down there if you want, but I'm not going near that trapdoor. Oscar leads you back down to the familiar hallway to Rosalina's room. Oh, hi everyone. What are you doing in my room? I'm going back into the basement, Rosa. I'm afraid there's something down there that might help us figure out what's going on in town. It's probably best you go to the library while we... No way! If you're going down there, I'm going too. Remember what you said last night? No more secrets. We're in this together. You're right, Rosa. You can come with us. No more secrets. Am I the only person in this town who doesn't have a death wish? Sybil said that the ghost is gone. I really don't think there's anything to be afraid down there anymore. Just give me a moment to move all this out the way. Oscar gets to work moving the furniture from the trapdoor, his broad shoulders making quick work of it. Before you and your companions know it, you'll find yourselves transfixed by the trapdoor. Oscar opens the hatch with a menacing creak. Everyone's heart skips a beat, though Avery's might have skipped a beat out of excitement rather than fear. But none of you are swept up into a ghost's nightmare puppet show. The sun continues to shine, the birds continue to sing outside Rosalina's window. See? Nothing to be worried about. The slight tremor in his voice tells you he's mostly saying that to himself. Shall we? Yeah, I take it back. I'm good staying up here while you all look down there. I do not like the vibes I'm getting from that pit. Descend! You descend the basement stairs and find yourself in the same cold, unfinished place you were in last night. The hum is still faint, but it's louder here. You take a deep breath and push it out of your mind. So, what are we looking for? Artie says there might be a carving here. Some sort of stone? It's buried somewhere here. It's got to be under that patch of dirt in the middle of the room. It looks like there's something buried there. Good eye, Rosalina. You're right. It's not exactly loose, but it's markedly different from the rest of the floor. I'll get a shovel. This has never gone badly before. She heads back up the stairs. I'll do the digging. I don't want any of you coming into contact with some ghost artifact. Oscar takes the shovel from his daughter and starts to dig. It knocks against something hard, the sharp noise dulled by the soil. Aha! It's a stone carving, all right, and... Oh god. His eyes go wide, transfixed on something within the pit. The eternally screaming face of Charles Shaw Jr. stares back up at you from the empty sockets. The carving lies beneath him, the heavy, cold stone acting as his coffin. 3 dogs run an endless loop around a furious goat, all bound in a ring of flame. The style seems almost Greek, or maybe Greco-Roman, the weathered carving reminding you of something that you might see at a temple. Well, I mean... top one way is to unrelease a ghost you've just released. Go and fuck with their corpse. Strange powers emanate from the carving. It feels like some living thing, a darkness preserved in stone, buried out of sight and away from any eager hands. Or at least that was the intention. But power like this can't stay buried forever. Charlie. He looks so small. Dang, Charlie. Artie's grandma really did a number on you. Nobody touch it. I'll have to call Dr. Kelly about this. We should put his body to rest, right? That's how these things usually go. At least in the movies. And hey, we disturbed his body and he hasn't come back for a sequel. Confirmation that he's gone for good, right? I think so. That's gonna make it a lot easier to sleep tonight. Does that mean you'll let me sleep in my actual bed? Whoa, let's give it one more night. I still don't know how I feel about you sleeping on top of that rock. What do we think? Wolves encircling a goat. It's a start. What was on the carving in the mines? A circle of arms bound up in chains. Interesting. I'm sure that description will be more than enough to get started. Well, I've seen enough. Time to go. Yes, let's go back upstairs. Now that we know it's safe down here, I'll come back on my own time to do a more thorough examination. How's it going? Just watched my 5th Neil Breen movie. Hi there, Einarchron. Nice to see you. It's going. We've possibly done the classic blunder of unearthing an ancient eldritch artifact that happens to be under this dude's house, and I'm sure that nothing bad will happen when he comes back down here to look at it later by himself. I have doomed this man. Oh well. You and the others make your way back up to Rosalina's room. As soon as you're all up in one place, Oscar closes the trapdoor and moves the pile of furniture back in place. I see. Very non-sus. Yep, totally fine. So, did you all get possessed or cursed or anything? No, but we did see a dead body. Close enough. Glad I stayed put. I'll be back to check on you in a minute. I've got a couple of things to finish up with these folks. You, Kanika, and Avery follow Oscar back to the living room. So, I have more than enough to get started on my research now, but is there anything else I should know about? Make sure Pixel stays inside or I might get grabbed by ditchlings. Well, the ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yup, the English doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden object game out there today with all the weird little faces peering out the bushes. Avery is insane. I love them. Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife? I don't want to get friendly with them or anything. I just think they're kinda interesting. To each their own. Will do. I can't imagine how devastated Rosalina would be if something happened to him, especially after everything she's been through. I think there's something in the clinic. There was this door yesterday and I could feel something pulling me towards it. I see. I'll dig up what I can on the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if something's haunting that place as well. You have a friend that lives there, right? Should we tell him that something bad might happen in his house? He might want to stay someplace else for now if the last few nights are any indication. Yeah, I can shoot Reese a warning text, but I don't know if his mom will let him leave. She's got an iron grip on the poor dude, and she's probably even more of a skeptic than I was. One way or another, I'm going to find myself back there soon enough. It's faint, but I can still feel the pull of that clinic door. It's only getting stronger. You're not planning on breaking in, are you? Because if so, nope, you are not going to do that. Let's not have a repeat of last night. We should be more cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone to get attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it is just to help a friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? Whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella and fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. See you around, Oscar. Let us know what you find. I will. You pause before leaving, your eyes lingering for a moment. If there's anything else you'd like to say to Oscar, you should say it now before you leave. Nothing more to say here. So that's Oscar. That dad pod, though, yeah, they knew what they were doing, Einarchron. They knew what they were doing. Any other ideas? I'm not going to go to the cops because they're bloody useless. Diner, maybe? Let's check out the diner. Good idea. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. Here's hoping Winnie doesn't try to rope me into clocking in early. The diner is busier than you've ever seen it. It's the small booth. The small booth's packed with miners. I read the "it's" twice for some reason. Don't forget to hydrate. Indeed, thank you, Zethus. I'm gonna get some proper redeems for that setup at some point. I might have a crack at like some redeemy type stuff tomorrow. Now that I've got this new bot that's doing my whole like overlay stuff allegedly. And are you not covering the latest stuff anymore? Indeed. So as a couple of hours ago, I think I've got a new bot set up to do that. I mean, we'll see how it goes once I get like a new follower or a new like raid or something. But I'm hoping that like auto updates. I'm not like fully set on the colors yet, but you know, it's certainly something. In fact, you know, I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but now that we've brought it up again, it's bothering me. I'm gonna move all these so they're centered. There we go. Much better. Yeah, that looks about right. Oh, that looks so much better. But yeah, I had it covered initially because about a month ago, maybe no, it's not a month, it's like a couple of weeks. I switched from Windows to Linux, which broke the old bot I was using for that. So now I have a new bot that is maybe doing this. I don't know, we'll see. What's going on? There's a strike up at the mines. They've made the diner their base of operations. Good for them. It's about time something like this happened. When you asked for the morning off... Wait, no. What was Winnie like? When you asked for the morning off, I didn't think you'd be showing up with friends. Sorry, Aunt Winnie. Stella's gone missing, and I've been helping these two track her down. You haven't seen her, have you? Don't you apologize, and I can't say I have. I've been a little preoccupied. This is great for business. These fellas can have as much free coffee as they can drink if they keep piling in like this. Do you need any help? No, Sal and I can handle this. One of your friends going missing is more important than a busy shift. The miners didn't even notice you entered the diner, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. Yes, the shift schedules are pretty brutal. And I like more vacation days. I'd love to be able to see my family around the holidays. And better health benefits would be amazing. But what if she decides to fire all of us? You're only a year or so into the work, and trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy. But you figure you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck. Oh, it's this guy at the back. Right, I didn't realize I was speaking. In which case, this voice is entirely wrong. Next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you. It uses up every free second it can to suck out its workers and pay us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Is Harrison this one? We could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. Fuck. Log. I can't get fired, and the company housing, that makes a big difference for me. Right, the company housing. How generous of Tabitha to put you up in a company-owned shack. They ain't had maintenance done in decades, taking a big chunk right out of your paycheck that sure as shit ain't going towards property tax and upkeep alone. The company housing that meant almost nobody in this whole damn town owns the place they live. We have numbers on our side, Harrison. After what happened up there the other night, damn near everyone is joining the picket line. You have a fuck log? Oh. I mean, I have a regular log. There will be no fucks recorded in the log, nor will there be logs that are fucked. Hopefully, anyway. She can't afford to lose us all. We have the power here, as long as we're united. I guess we should get going. Wait, hold on. Before we go, have any of you all back there happened to see Stella today? She's been missing since last night. The YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. She's okay. Yes, that's that. Turn and leave the diner. Avery and Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. I kind of want to check out the church. The church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with the evidence of the afterlife, so she might try and get into all that religious stuff. It's worth checking out. I think we're barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough. I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're there, too. Seems like a good idea to cover all our bases at this point. I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it were meant keeping us around a little longer. That's good enough for me. Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church. That's probably for a good reason. Where's that weirdo? My, 4 visitors at once, on a Thursday. This is unprecedented. But there are only 3 of us. Oh no, we followed by a ditchling. We followed by Wayne. Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. Yes, because when I'm in an existential crisis, I regularly followed up with my dudes. I wanted to see if the faith had any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. Are we back? Were we ever gone on the YouTube end? We look like we're back on the Twitch end. Hello? Testing, testing. We back. Excellent, thank you. I'll tell you what I am going to do at this point, actually, because I need to go and get myself another drink, is I'm going to run a couple of minutes of ads here. Just very briefly. I'll be back in, like, a few minutes, once I've got myself a drink. But yeah. Back in a few. Also, hi, Morn. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. There we are, back. Right, how many? We got a little bit of ads left. Oh no, are we having OBS problems? We were having OBS problems, yes. I had I mean, that was kind of me just getting up for a drink, to be fair, but I had OBS like just drop out on the Twitch end specifically and then come back. I had it not recognize my mic at the start of stream. And yeah, just, you know, just the good old technical fun times. On the plus side, though, I think I fixed my overlay. Maybe. I'm genuinely not sure. Good old computer ghosts. Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, I thought I'd take the opportunity while I was having massive technical difficulties to just run a couple of ads on Twitch to stop the pre-rolls. And I'm hoping maybe to get that automated with this new thing I've got that... I don't know, maybe it'll work. We shall see. Yeah. Yeah, overlay looks great, thank you. Yeah, I'm not 100% set on the colors and that yet. And I'm kind of annoyed that the latest raider thing has like a number next to after it showing how many people it was raided with. Because like, I don't care if you raid me with like 1 or 1 billion people. I've actually chose to raid into me is the main thing. But I also can't work out how to separate that from like the thing. I don't know, it's odd. But it's something. I suppose I could always just do the bottom two as like dynamically updating text, and the top one was like the thing I've got at the minute. Maybe I could do all three and still have the top one be like the kind of like rainbowy thing. It's a possibility. Anyway, I think we're done with ads now, so I'm going to continue on with Scarlet Hollow here. Alright, you know what? I'm intrigued to say what you're saying to me, but no one else, Pastor Daniel. That's okay. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess we'll leave it to you while we check in with Janie. We'll be right over there by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay? See you in a minute! Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there, ready to help them. If only they'd let them into their hearts. You're asking the wrong guy, buddy. The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. Okay, good, they're gone. You're new in town. What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Oh, see, now I'm feeling poor guy. Whenever I see you, it's like this ominous little piano starts playing. Yeah, whenever I see you, it's like this ominous little piano starts playing. You're talking about a metaphorical piano, right? Because I can't say I've ever heard one following me around. It wasn't always like this, you know. Believe it or not, before I moved to Scarlet Hollow, I used to be pretty popular. I was one of the cool kids over at Harvard Divinity School. Hello? He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You'll know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to have to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. No, that's totally fair, actually. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old. It's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creatures she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. Fictional creatures, hey? But she's 7, of course she would get some funny little ideas like that. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that, or whether it would only make it sound more alluring. What's that you were saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. That's a ditchling. Out of the corner of her eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back towards the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. And Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Thanks for suggesting we head up here, Artie. We've got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft, it was awesome. And Janie said she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners. And a few extra for me, of course. Hope your talks with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers for the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. No, he seems actually, like, completely chill. Kanika and Avery stare back down the path to it. That little conversation actually made me think he's fine. So, what was that about? He seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone. Yeah, he didn't say anything weird, did he? Tulip's apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check it out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Sure, we can humour her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the three of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. I hope you've both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you. You need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around the town spreading that cold of yours. Go on and get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to Artie about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to him. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling very well. I should really lie down. Bye, Artie. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Something isn't right here, but it's hard to put it into words or pin it down into thoughts. Yeah, I know something isn't right here. This... Oh, you can't see it if I do that too fast. But this fucking woman is on some fucking bullshit. And I'm so sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Artie and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Ah, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Bye by me, I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, but before I go, I did want to ask. Are you a witch? As flattered as I am that you think I'm magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Oh, just so you know, if you are a witch, you can totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I'll leave you all to your not-supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, Artie. They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner. Shall we? Sybil motions towards the tea room. Are we just abandoning Stella? Please have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright grow lights over the plants in the corner. It's a castor bean, an incredibly toxic plant. Strange for a tea maker to keep around at her workplace. Oh! She gonna try and fucking kill me? It's so pretty, though. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? The other day you promised to tell me, what was it, unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did, though I might have been exaggerating a bit for dramatic effect. I'm prone to do that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Pearl Ann was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine, which is to say, not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hated for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrinking violet either. She was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mom raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young. Too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. Ugh. She didn't survive the labor. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught.
It was like she'd been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. But she seemed convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious, as far as I knew. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were 2 in that generation. The youngest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. Okay. So how did you wind up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine.
Oh. That's interesting.
Sybil, why am I being forced to drink the tea? I should be able to decide not to drink it. What's wrong with me? Dear, I'm afraid I don't understand what you're trying to say right now. There's always a choice. It's quite an aromatic blend, though, isn't it? I'll take your enthusiasm for my tea as a compliment.
Fine.
Drink the tea, it's good for you.
Okay. You take the tea, sipping it delicately. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core, like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. But the aftertaste combines the 2 flavors to something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. It's soothing beyond what you would expect out of an ordinary tea. There must be something magical at work in this blend.
Definitely nothing special about that tea. Yep, I'm sure there's nothing.
What's with all the mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it.
I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help to give me the full picture.
Well. Didn't she say so it was the same tea you'd already drank? It was, yeah, but then I also got a... Oh, by the way, there's poisonous plants in this room pop up, which has made me a little nervous, given how I do not trust this woman at all. But fuck it, I guess. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it. The small cup empties, save what's left of rehydrated leaves coating the bottom.
Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of my more medicinal blends. Now, on to business.
Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge.
Oh dear, this doesn't bode well. You've got just about every warning that I can fit in the bottom of that cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass. All of these mean death, misery, difficulty, and the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that this all has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat. An enemy lurking in plain sight.
How do I know you're not the cat? Honestly? Ah, hi there, Ryu. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. We're playing a bit of Scarlet Hollow, and I'm sitting across this woman who I do not trust at the current moment.
I'd like to see. I'm sure it wouldn't make much sense to most people. It'll probably just look like a confusing mess of old leaves, but you're free to take a look.
You take the cup, staring down into it. It's just leaves. There's no pattern, nothing swimming together in the dregs of your tea to give you any warnings or premonitions. After a long moment, Sybil takes the cup back from you.
I hope that settled your curiosity. Don't worry if you couldn't make sense of it. It takes years to learn this sort of thing, even for someone with your propensities.
She winks Why? What do you know? That's ridiculous. Sybil is helping you, and if she was the cat, why would she warn you about herself? Pick some... Huh? That isn't you, though, is it? Ignore it and speak your mind.
How do I know you're not the cat? I suppose you don't, though I'd think the cat wouldn't exactly warn you about itself. Still, you can't rule anyone out, even the old woman with the tea obsession.
This is so bizarre. Like, this entire double whammy interaction of the, like, specifically, like, the game going, what the fuck are you on about? And then my mystical ability going, hold up, let him cook. Like, what? That's such a bizarre, like, meta fucking... Oh. I was right that I wanted to put the spotlight on Sybil a bit here. This episode, because this is fucking wild.
You don't have to figure out the answers right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard and keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely it's connecting to some hidden enemy.
This is why multiple playthroughs with different traits shine so well. I can imagine, yeah, if that's the kind of level of depth you get from, like, these things.
Perhaps we can try to counteract whatever might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out. Piece together what you can from your visions and arm yourself with information. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another?
Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday. The one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering it is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return and open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic.
I think I felt another in the clinic. That's good. If you can find your way inside and uncover another stone, that could give you a leg up on your adversary. You'll just have to be careful to avoid the doctor. Something tells me she won't take too kindly to you sniffing around her clinic. If I recall correctly, there's a hill that'll take you up nearly all the way to the second story, and she never locks any of the doors up there.
How do you know this, Grandma?
By the way, here's how to break into this random thing where I didn't even know there was a stone carving there, but I just so happened to know the way in. Tee-hee! I'm completely fucking innocent.
What are you?
Just in case that's helpful information. Oh, just in case. You know, just had that offhand. I think that's all the help I can offer.
I doubt it. Is it all the help or all the hindrance? Like, if you know more, that's not all the help you can offer. If you're trying to fuck me, then, that's, I don't know. I just don't know. Well, it's the only medical clinic in Scarlet Hollow. I guess. Even then.
I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions and giving any clear answers.
Thanks, I'll let you know if I find anything.
Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully you won't need it. Thank you again for humouring an old lady and stopping by for a chat.
With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table, and you're escorted back towards the door.
And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough.
Sybil closes the door to the tea room, and the bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. You're not going anywhere before checking in on Kanika. You make your way upstairs. You knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just going to lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, Artie, what's up? Can I come in? Yeah, let me just straighten up. You hear frantic crumpling and clinking and shuffling as she tidies her room. Okay, come on in. Kanika's room is this. This is, like, less messy than Stella's room. What do you want about? Also, figures, hell yeah. Kanika's room is the sort of place that's stuck between the past and present. Faded stickers from her childhood line her bookshelf, and boxes of packed belongings sit in the corners of her room. I don't usually have people over. Don't judge me too harshly for the state of the place. Yeah, I want to find Stella. Unless Stella's... No, Stella wouldn't be. I don't know. I feel like you don't ever want to say, oh, they couldn't possibly be the thing, because then, you know, you just set yourself up for failure there. Packing for something? He motioned to the stacks of cardboard boxes. That's all my stuff from college. I never really unpacked. It seemed like a waste to unload everything. It's not like I'll be staying here long term, so I just have to pack it up again eventually. I guess I did move back in over a year ago, so these boxes have just been sitting there unopened for a long time. But any day now, I'll load them back into the van and get them out of town. Any day now. Oh, I should investigate the clinic, but I want to find Stella. We still have to find Stella. I'm not going anywhere without you. Where would we go? I can still feel that door in the clinic pulling at me. I think that's where we go next. I was hoping to see Reese sometime today. I want to ask if he knows anything about Stella. And, you know, make sure he's okay after what happened at the diner. Let's do it. The two of you make your way back out into the hallway. But before you make it to the stairs, a light turns on, startling both of you. I thought you were going to get some rest, Kanika. You should really get back to bed, or this cold of yours will only get worse. But I still have a lot of energy. I don't feel like sitting around. I don't think I need to. Of course you do. I know you best, and you just haven't been yourself these past few days. All this running around has been a detriment to your health. Miles and I want to see you healthy and hold this family together. Okay. You shouldn't get between a mother and a daughter. Sybil knows what's best here, and Kanika is more than capable of speaking for herself. An accelerated heartbeat. She's running on adrenaline right now. It's going to wear out sooner rather than later. She won't be able to help you if something happens tonight. You're putting her in danger. Those thoughts aren't yours. Clear your head. Something isn't right here. What do you mean I have one trait telling me, yeah, no, this actually makes sense, and the fucking mystic trait being like, but no! Oh my god, the fucking... This is insane. Sybil, what was in that tea? Chaga and lemon balm, dear. The same blend Avery shared with you the other day. Why are you talking about the tea? This is weird, because I'm being given 5 options to essentially... I'm gonna remain silent. You remain silent. Kanika sighs. I'm sorry, Mom. I know I've been neglecting the general store, and I let Miles run off the other day, so that was irresponsible of me. That's alright, Kanika. He could have gotten hurt, but he didn't, and it seems like you learned a valuable lesson from that experience. Now let's get you to bed. You just need another day to recover, and then you can get back to all this town mystery business. Artie, you'll be fine without her until tomorrow. My mom's right, Artie. You go on without me. See you later, okay? Fine. Because this is a mother and a daughter, like, it... Even if I don't necessarily agree with it, I gotta go by, you know... I gotta go by the rulings that she knows better than me. Sybil's eyes carefully watch you as you leave and make your way back to Main Street alone. I don't know. I don't know about that, man. You make your way up to the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside the house of Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet's been fixed to your rib cage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits this compulsive frequency. You can see the hill Sybil was talking about, wrapped around the back of the old hospital like a stone blanket. It should take you directly up to the second floor and the unlocked doors of the terrace. Just go in through the clinic door. No one will see you. Oh, hi, buddy. Hey there. It's your boy, Wayne. He's already here. As well as several ditchlings. Just, like... They should rename Mystical to Delusional, I think. Absolutely fucking... Just... Space Cadet ass fucking... Just go in through the clinic door, no one will see you. I mean... It makes more sense than climbing onto the second floor from a random hill. You already know the way. I want to see what this does, I'll be real. Just go in. You found at times that if you haven't wished to be seen, there's been nothing stopping you from remaining hidden. Graveyards, abandoned buildings, old tunnels. You've been in all sorts of strange, unusual places that instant. And for some reason, tonight, Dr. Kelly's clinic feels no different. You haphazardly make your way up the old wooden stairs to the clinic's wraparound porch, taking steps in strange patterns. To an outside observer, you might appear to be drunk, but there's an unconscious method to your conscious madness, though even you would be hard-pressed to describe it. But there's no creak or moan of ancient wood as you make your way to the door. Silence. You push the door open slowly and slip in. You can see the doc at the desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic. Feel free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wants you to find it. You're here now, and it knows you're here. And you know exactly what it is. Another stone carving, eager to show you its secrets. Always lock your doors, people. I mean, to be fair, this is literally a walk-in clinic, so it's the one door I would say you can reasonably have unlocked. You should probably pay more attention to when people come in, but... You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around a corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. The lights click on. You're in the morgue. I mean, I'm just glad that you got up, honestly. Artie, what are you doing in the morgue? You haven't seen Stella around, have you? She's been missing since last night. I haven't. Did you think you'd find her in the morgue? His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue. You need to see what's back there. Follow the pull. You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder for a moment. The thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kind of look possessed for a second there. You good? Make him understand. Use your words. Don't let this further consume you. Be present in the moment. You inhale deeply and take in your surroundings. You can't help but notice that one of the body storage drawers is labelled Pearl and Scarlet. The mines had a stone carving the other night, as did Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions, and I can sense one on the other side of this wall. I need to see it. I know this makes me sound like an absolute, like, fucking high as a fucking kite, like, lunatic. Reese's glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds. Yes, please, axe now. We're gonna take an axe to a fucking brick wall? Why? Hey, why? Actually, no, I guess it's not a solid brick wall because we're in America, so these things are made of, like, polystyrene or something. So, axe might actually work. Thanks for understanding. Don't mention it. If there's anything I can do to actually be useful, I'm happy to help. Be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced with an uncharacteristic pep when faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. just realised the fact that people saying, oh, maybe we'll find Stella at this next carving, we've ended up in a morgue, does not bode well for her. I'm going to be honest. Just kind of put 2 and 2 together there. Oh, no. You hear his soft voice filtering in through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. Hey, Mom. He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake. I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though. Really? I thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go and pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale, too. That would be awesome. Sorry to ask, I know you're probably busy. It's no problem, it doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back. Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. You hear her footsteps move down the hall, the front door opening and closing. It worked! A theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on up. We don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious wherever it is. I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office first. You make your way towards the doorway of her now vacant office. Don't see an axe in here. He's right. A cursory glance reveals nothing but a stack of paper and cabinets of medicinal supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye. Some sort of records with your family's name on them. You're a fast reader. I can skim these. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter, Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful. I feel like that was forbidden knowledge. Edwardine Scarlet, born April 9, 1913, died February 12, 2003, aged 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. Enoch Scarlet. Born September 9th, 1887. Died August 20th, 1957. Aged? Nice. Cause of death, fall from cliff. This one has coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations to the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report. Looks ancient. Other. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlet's names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, age 28, cause of death crushed in mine collapse, body not recovered, signed by his brother Enoch Scarlet. That's right, you had a great uncle who died in the collapse. Joseph Scarlet, born 1914, died 1944. Lewis Scarlet, 1920, 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardine's brothers. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet, delivered 1945. Stillbirth, mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth. No doctor present. Home burial. That settles the question whether you're related to Charlie. Oh, I suppose it does, yeah. Alexandra Scarlet, born 1947, died 1957, aged 9. Missing, presumed dead. Signed by her mother, Edwardine Scarlet. That's sad. Alexandra, the owner of the doll, so she went missing. And it was the same day Enoch died in a heighting accident. Mary Bell Scarlet. 1946, 1963, age 17. Cause of death, complications during childbirth. Oh, this was, yeah, twins. Wow. That's a lot of kids to outlive. Oop. You turn around and leave the office. It's time to move on. Okay, I thought I'd double-click by accident there or something, but no, apparently not. Well, it's not according to the log. The medical supply room is probably a good bet. A fire axe seems like something that might be useful in a room full of chemicals. It's just down the hall. There it is. Looks like it needs a key, though. We better not break the glass. I'd rather explain why I had to steal the fire axe after we've had a chance to use it. Must be a key in here somewhere. He stops, as if listening to something you can't hear. Shit, she's back already. As if on cue, you hear the front doors of the clinic open and close, the creak of its antique hinges echoing down the hallway. Footsteps start down the hall. She's headed this way. Quick, we gotta hide. I'm not supposed to be in here. He opens the closet door and hurriedly motions you inside. You slip past him, scrunching into the small space as best you can. He attempts to slide in after you. Yeah, let him in. You make space and he slips in next to you, closing the door just enough that you can both still monitor the entrance to the supply room. Dr. Kelly storms in, plastic bag in tow. She takes something out of the bag and places it on the counter. And then she hurries back out, bag rustling as she makes her way down the hallway. We'd better wait a second just in case. Now is not the time to flirt! The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear your breathing from the other building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place, creaking floorboards broadcasting a location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. His head swivels suddenly. That was the door to the house. We're in the clear. Let's go. The two of you spill out of the closet. Reese quickly and quietly starts pulling out drawers, scanning them for keys. You can't help but notice what Dr. Kelly left on the long steel table in the middle of the room. A sprig of small furry fruits. Castor beans! Oh, you've seen them elsewhere in town, but for the life of you can't remember where. Yes, I can! Yes, I fucking can! Sybil's! So why has she been hooking her up with incredibly poisonous fruit? This whole thing stinks to high fucking heaven. Why did your mum get castor beans? Yes, found the keys. Oh, we're just gonna gloss over that one, are we? Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Glad I got given the feckin' option. He holds up a small ring of keys with a strip of coloured tape on the head. What's this about beans? Oh, those weird little fruit things. Reese unlocks the cabinet and offers you the fire axe. Honestly, mystical and booksmart is such a good combo. It seems to be, yeah. Here's your axe. And, I don't know, I've never seen them before. I'm not allowed in the supply room. It's probably some kind of medicinal plant, right? It's highly toxic. She took out a chemistry set too, though. Come to think of it, she's not supposed to make medicine. She's not a pharmacist. This room is just storage for orders she gets from a pharmacist over in Brevard. Why would she bring something like that in here? Castor beans make ricin, a deadly poison. She's not making it though, right? Why would she make that? She's a doctor. You decide it's best to let Reeves draw his own conclusions. Maybe she has some kind of information on it lying around here somewhere. The drawer over there's locked. If I were information on some mysterious alien-looking fruit, I'd probably be in a locked drawer, right? Good thing I already have the keys. He unlocks the drawer, pulling out a notebook. This is about me. There's stuff in here from when I was like 12. It's some kind of diary or medical history or both, I guess. The hell is this? Something about another episode? Guessing she's referring to one of my rough nights. Oh, here we go. There's some illustrations. He glances to the strange plant on the countertop. It's those beans you mentioned. She uses them to make my medicine. Oh, no. That's poison, right? He jerks his head towards the door. Shit, that was the door from the house. We've got to run. You follow Reese's instruction, once again staring down the basement stairs, letting the pull of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above. Well, I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge. But there's no harm in having extra. Well, I mean, look, I was willing to be very, oh god, I do not trust Sybil 1,000,000,000% now. Like, if I'm ever given the choice between Wayne and Sybil, I'm going Wayne. I'm gonna be fucking real with you here. Because this entire episode has been throwing, shade on Sybil so hard. And also Dr. Kelly for, like, potentially poisoning her own son. It's looking more likely now. I don't want to say for definite. I'm not the kind of guy who would, you know, accuse a mother of poisoning her own son. Maybe she thinks it's some kind of alternative cure. Maybe, you know, she's got desperate. You have someone who's terminally ill for that long and you just want to, you have this overwhelming need to, you know, try and do right by them. Maybe she's looking up, like, fucking anything. I don't know what she's read. I don't know what her intentions are. It doesn't look good, but this is why we leave Reese to draw his own conclusions. You know, it's really not my place. Just like this morgue isn't my place when I'm, like, you know, about to stick an axe through it, but hey-ho. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to get rest.
Oh, I'm just going to chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, it's just my music. I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drown out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time? Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now. Okay. I'll let you know when it's time for dinner. You don't have to do that. I'll grab something from my room later. Sure, whatever you're able to do. You hear the door close and the sound of Reese. Can I just say, smooth fucking operative Reese there. Sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey. I should warn you, something spooky might happen when we break down that wall. Reese smiles. Good. I feel like I've been missing out lately. Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of that wall. Let's do this. I'd like to do the honors if you don't mind. I've got some confused and angry feelings I'd like to express. Hell yeah, brother. Reese takes the axe from you and approaches the wall. Reese manages to cut through the wall with very little effort. Unexpected for someone with his frame and condition. But you know his stringy muscles are backed by a mounting fury at what he's been done to him. That goes a long way. He staggers back from the massive hole in the wall and admires his work. Holy shit. The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place in the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall. There's a whole hallway back there. Thick, stale air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthy mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. Uh-oh! And with the stink of the grave-like room comes beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward, and you climb into the hole. Oh, this is a... We're just in Outlast now. This is a fucking asylum. This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall. I'm probably going to pass out when we find this thing. Don't be too worried about me. I'll be fine. Thanks for the heads up. You step forward into the unknown. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The final wall concealing the carving is rotten. Water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of unknowable years. The planks nearly reduced to sawdust. You tear into it. Oh, is it broken? Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I going to do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research and I found us an alternative. We won't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk with the witch. Look, okay. Damn you, evil mustache Enoch. I'll be honest, I am fucking awful with names. So, like, I just about know who Tabitha is, but I don't know who Pearl, like, in relation to Pearlan or, like, whatever my mom was called, if that wasn't Pearlan. Violet, I think she might have been called. Or Charles, or Enoch, or Injured Man number 3, the casualty extra here. Like, I've got no idea what this family tree looks like. I'm kind of just riding the vibes on this. It's got to be said. Vivian, not Violet. Okay, I got that it started with a V, but this is what I mean. I'm shite with names. A witch? That's nonsense. It's alright. It's all sorted. We're taking you home today, and everything will be resolved by this time next week. That's alright, Doctor. At this point, I think it's safe to say his body was never recovered. Whoever it was who claims to be Theodore, it wasn't him. He wasn't even paralyzed, as it turns out. Just some grifter trying to take advantage of the tragedy. What the fuck? Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. Oh, hey, we got dragged all the way back to Reese's bed. He dragged us all the way back here, based, honestly. Edwardine was your great-grandmother or grandmother, I can't remember. Yes, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's hazy on this. Pearlan was your aunt, so Tabitha's mother. Okay, yeah. Enoch is your great-great-grandfather. Right, okay.
Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity.
Hey, I was worried you'd slipped into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving, and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. I know you warned me this might happen, but are you okay?
Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts?
No, nothing. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. It was a few hours ago.
You don't have the kind of muscle required for that.
Huh? Why would I lie about that? I just picked you up and carried you back. It's not like I had to go very far. I had a vision. Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. It was just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller.
These carvings are clearly drilled into some big gas pocket that keeps giving me seizures and hallucinations. Yeah. No, I just don't believe it. Humpty-dumpty-dum. At least one of those death records is murky. I don't think Teddy died in the mine collapse. My family has secrets. It's a weird thing to cover up, but it's not too surprising. An old family like that usually has at least a few secrets. But hopefully that's all ancient history. It's not like it's easy to cover up deaths these days, right? Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here?
No, I snuck you back in the house while she was busy in the medical storage room. Figured you wouldn't want to come to in the morgue.
You know what? Fair. I should probably get going. Stella's still missing and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me.
That might be a little tricky. The doc is on the warpath up there. I refused to take my medicine and she's not happy about it. I'm sure you can understand why.
Hello, buddy?
There's no way I was going to take anything she gave me. She's been poisoning me for years.
Oh, wait, no, I forgot you just have these drawings on the side of your room. Yeah, no, it's fine.
I've been thinking about what you said at dinner last night, and I don't see any other possibility. It's only been a day since I've stopped taking my pills, and I feel great. I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we just have to wait her out.
You blocked your door?
Of course I did. I put a chair in front of it. It's never failed me before. We don't need her coming down here to finish me off, whatever it is she might do now that I know that her treatment plan has been all these years.
But now we're just locked downstairs.
Maybe I was a little panicked when I found out what she'd been giving me. And she was upstairs talking through the door saying I should take my pills, and I just took what few precautions I could. It's not ideal, but at least it buys us time to figure out what to do. We should treat her as a serious threat. This might sound strange, but I think she's gone to some desperate lengths in the past. There are these weird memories I have. I always assumed they were just dreams or hallucinations, but now I'm not so sure. I think she's used tranquilizers on me. Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control. We'll wait until she's asleep, and we can at least get out of the basement, and we can figure out what to do from there.
Yeah, okay, this is what I wanted to ask. I don't get why your mom would poison you, though.
Oh. But it's all in here. She never outright says that's what she's doing. And the recipe she came up with to deal with my flare-ups, whatever she thinks those are, involved that weird plant that was on the counter. Those castor beans. You were right. And ricin poisoning matches up with quite a few of my symptoms. The thing I can't figure out is whether she's been trying to kill me slowly or if she's just likes keeping me sick enough to be dependent on her. Either way, I don't think I've ever had an illness. I think the illness was me growing up and becoming less easy to control, so she found a cure for that.
Yeah, this is kind of what I'm thinking. Is it that, like... Maybe when Ryu was saying zombie earlier, they were kind of onto something. Because, like, what if he's, like, some actual, like, fucking mutant being, and it's just the fact that the poison keeping him, like, mostly dead is, like, what subdues it? Like... I might be locked. I mean, basically, I might be like locked down here with fucking Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because I should probably get the fuck out of this basement. Is what I'm saying.
But, you know, while I'm here, let's chew the fat. Ricin is really bad. How are you not dead? I don't know. Maybe it's low enough doses, or maybe I developed a tolerance. Or I think the fact I feel more and more alive by the minute is enough proof that she was keeping me sick. I don't even need solid evidence. That could be adrenaline. No matter what, we should get out of this basement soon. Where would we go? The only person I know who has a car is Kanika, and she's not answering her phone. I don't know anyone else. I don't have any other family to go to. I never even finished high school. When I get out of this house, I don't know how I can make sure I don't wind up right back down here. One step at a time. Let's just start by waiting at your mom and getting out of here. You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeited that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. Can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. We'll see if we can wait her out. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we'll figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in. Yeah, it's almost like she's built a giant concrete cell to keep you in, but I'm wondering if that's because I'm going to get ripped to fucking shreds down here. I'm slightly nervous, my guy. We can try to break him anyway. Distraction seems like a good idea. As you can probably tell, I'm getting a bit jittery. Maybe it's the lack of poison in my system for the first time in years, or the fact that my whole perception of reality has been turned on its head. Probably a combo. It would also take more than a day for Ricin poison to be out of his system. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest. So it would take more than a day for Ricin poisoning to be out of his system. So the fact he's getting better now is not natural. It's lending more credence to the fact that, yeah, I've fucking put my foot in a bear trap here. I believe you owe me a showing of Shino-Chi, Deathblood, but I guess fuck it, I'm in this deep. I believe I do. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed. Let me know if it gets too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people react to the sorts of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable. This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room. Maybe that's just how it feels down here all the time, what with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course the fact that the woman currently lurking upstairs has been poisoning her son since his teens. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts to seemingly unrelated TV show recordings and then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll be able to just do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person, or talk to people, ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of poison. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Something is changing inside of him! Ah! Reese, you feel different, like your whole personality is changing. Everything's okay? Everything's more than okay. I haven't felt this good in... I don't think I've ever felt this good. A man on the screen yells portents of doom into the camera, trailing off into a wordless stream. The plot is really heating up. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, like pockets of horror that affect a small number of people. And only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. I fucked it. And then you see the back. Incredible! Cosmic horror in the truest sense. Reese is becoming very animated. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie. But he's also talking over the movie. It's more than just something's changing in Reese. It's everything. There's a knock on the window. Yep, I'm with you, Wayne. I'm out of here. Artie, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside. We're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. Yes, he will. He's furious with me. Can't you hear it? I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, Artie.
The window... Oh! As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvas, and his ghoulish figures peel themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls.
Grab my hand. I'll pull you out.
Yep, thank you.
Leave us alone.
Yep. In a surge of violence, the change that had been brewing inside of Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off, and Wayne going along with it. Okay, awkward. A little bit. Huh. Don't think I'm gonna run. I think I'm going to stay. Ooh. This is an interesting one. It depends how much humanity we think is left in young Reese here. Because had that option to get out with Wayne still been there, I would have 1,000,000,000% taken it. But the game is not going to make it that easy. So the stairs are blocked. I wonder, is this like, can I actually die here? If I just like sit still? Okay. Weird. You want the truth or the real reason? I tell you what, only question I want answered is it possible to get like a death state in this chapter where it's just like, nope, go replay it? I mean, I wouldn't even mind seeing it, to be fair. No, it's not possible to achieve a death state. Okay. That does lean me to try and gain Reese's trust a bit.
We aren't safe, but I feel strong now. I think I can save us. Stay here. I'll be right back. I just have to deal with that doc.
Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his creations. The devs have come out and said they won't make an ending that feels unfulfilling. Okay. Oh, cool. You bound up the basement stairs and rush to the front door. You pull, but it's sealed shut by its constructs. Maybe we get Tabitha involved? But also, hey, I broke into this random doctor's house, and then there was a murder, is probably not a great look. And also, it puts her in harm's way for, like, no real reason? So what's weird about Sybil, right, and I apologize for harping on about this, but it does, like, snake its way back around to the decision I'm about to make here. A weird thing about Sybil is that she didn't want Kanika going to this place, but she clearly saw that the tablet was enough that we needed to be here, and that we, like, she wanted Kanika out of harm's way, essentially, but she knew that us being here and potentially risking this was a necessary evil. Now, that doesn't strike me as, like, a betrayer. But it strikes me as someone who just will not tell me the whole fucking truth. Now, I don't feel like waiting here is a good idea. All these are explores, to be fair. I don't think putting Tabitha in harm's way is a good idea. Like, with the mines, there was a good reason to call her. This, I don't think so. I think we gotta go give it a shot. You make way to the door that beckoned to you yesterday, all intrigue now washed away. You know where it leads, and know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper into the doctor's office, there is a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Duck. You do as she says, ducking out of the way. She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing through the air. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilized dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you... No. How did you... Oh, shit. As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between the cracks in the wood. Reese is panic, pulling in a mob of furious creatures to hold his enemy in place. The artist darts away, but his creations continue their work in his absence. I can finally use this emote since it isn't spoilers anymore. Yippee! Ooh, that is a freaky little emote. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway as Wayne is overcome, glued in place to the top of the stairs by the stiffening globs of paint. What about the doctor? I mean, the doctor's fucking booked it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Dr. Kelly. You run forward, braving the onslaught of Reese's creations, dodging them as best you can to try to see where Dr. Kelly went. The door in front of you is smothered in paint. Hey! Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out of some unseen speaker. You! Artie! Oh wait, that's not her voice at all. I'm stuck in the safe room. I can't help you from here, but you can help the both of us. What the hell is your son, Mom? I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was going to be a bitch, but they didn't know the half of it. I need you to get to the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there. Head to medical storage. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here. Great. Now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's the bottle labeled carfentanil. You gotta hit him with the fent, hell yeah. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't going to cut it anymore. An intercom system, Doc? Good, you should hear this. Artie, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers. Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now. Better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me. So I think Wayne just kills Reese here, which is not ideal. I don't like being made to pick a side between the murder monster directly in front of me and, I mean, she could have fucking explained it to him, to be fair. Like, it's your son. If you can't explain something like that to your son, then what the fuck, you know? He has a point, Doc. You can't be serious. Look at him. He's dangerous. He's going to kill me. You're one to talk, Doc. How can we know there isn't anyone else's treatment you've taken into your own hands? You've done it once. What's to stop you lying to someone else? Stepping in to treat them as you see fit, regardless of what they want for themselves. I thought I was going to die every day. Do you have any idea what it's like to give in to your own mortality like that? Oh, hi, Wayne. I wasn't living, that's for sure. It wasn't even surviving. It was just... enough. Reese cries out in pain. Oh, what the hell did you do to my shoulder? I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway.
Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room.
You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of black tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where the Dr. Kelly disappeared. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut.
Hurry! I don't think I can keep it open for long.
You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor.
It sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here.
What's the game plan, both short and long term?
Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, then I block him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after. Has that worked before? He's never known the exact nature of his condition before. Maybe it was a mistake to hide it from him.
Maybe?
Yeah, fucking maybe, woman! But I thought that it meant he could feel like he had more freedom, not knowing that if he just stopped taking his pills, he could become big and pointy enough to kill me. I'm going to have to revoke some of those freedoms now. He's not going to like that. But I think he'll understand, even if it takes some time. I don't think he wants to hurt people, he just can't help what he is. I think he just wants to hurt you. He's a bit of a freak, but like... I think this is just on you, miss.
Let's talk, Reese.
Yes, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide. How did he not know what he was? I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4 depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand that at first he looks different, and I just make sure to stay on top of his dosages. So he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now, there's only so much I can do to control him.
What is he?
At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf. But if he is, he doesn't follow any of the kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you see what he looks like, it's just weird. I almost wished I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out.
Yeah, I wonder why!
So I guess that'll just have to remain a mystery. Was his dad similar?
A strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face.
I wish I knew. Reese just kind of
Huh? What? Fucking insane lore.
I wasn't seeing anyone, I just
Woke up pregnant one day, you know, that happens, and I was just like, well, shit, guess I'm Virgin Mary 2.0, la-di-da.
I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sake. I kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet. But they were just dreams. But then, all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese.
She has been living in a clinic with a magic stone. I'm sorry, no. So it still took 9 months. A, that doesn't line up with Pearl Ann dying 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. Like, I know the Driftlings have been there. I mean, actually, no. Okay, 9 months and also however old Reese is, so, like, 20-something years. Doesn't line up with that time frame at all. Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. Like, I don't think, oh, but she lives in a house with a magic stone explains fucking dream sex real pregnancy. You know the stone's been around there for around 100 years. Well, I'm not actually sure how old the stones are, to be fair. But after episode 3, maybe that's a detail I overlooked. But They can get people pregnant. I mean, that's the hurdle I'm kind of getting over at the minute. Like, huh? Oh, yeah, I'm so confused. I'm not confused. Confused isn't the right word. I understand where the plot is going. I'm just astounded it's gone there, but okay. Why did you start poisoning him? Dr. Kelly sighs. Can we stop calling it poison? Yes, it's poison, but the act of me giving him poison was not me poisoning him. I was medicating his illness. It started when he was around 15. I'd began giving him increasingly high doses of clonopin, but his body kept adapting and his symptoms would come back, especially if we ever fought. I couldn't keep ordering all those drugs. It was already suspicious, and I could risk losing my license, especially if anyone ever found out what I was using them for. Someone approached me with a solution. I took it. Sybil. And I've been dealing with the emotional and mental consequences of that decision ever since. Why did Sybil approach you? Dr. Kelly gives you a long, hard look. I don't want to talk about that woman, but screw it. I might die tonight. Sure, I'll tell you. It was... And that's all I have to say about that. Sybil, you motherfucker. Sybil, you motherfucker. We're back on the fuck Sybil train. This fucking... No likey. How do you know he's dangerous? Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number one. It's like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. I hate that I have to wait a week for episode 5. Oh. I mean, let's not put the cart before the horse here, buddy. We haven't even got out of episode 4 yet. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot-tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous. Don't you think it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy? I can fix him is insane. Doesn't mean he's dangerous. I mean, you are the biggest threat to him. Don't preach to me. Sure, right now, I'm the focus of his ire. But who's to say he's not just going to find a new target once I'm out of the picture? I know what he's capable of, so it's my job to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody. Fine. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for a son to make his way to you. The sound of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room. Shit! This might be game time. Get those tranks ready. We have to get this door open before he crosses the hallway. Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Ooh. Hey, buddy. Is this what you were so afraid of? Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot. I don't agree with either side of this. Why am I the fucking arbiter here? God damn it. Choices, choices, choices. Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so if we don't give her the trank darts, she dies, is the thing. I don't agree with giving her the trank darts per se. I think it can be stuff that can be, like, worked out. But if we don't give her the trank darts, she dies. Like, see, that's the thing, is that she didn't even really give me any convincing arguments for, like, oh, he might be dangerous. She's like, oh, what if he gets angry with someone else because he gets a bit violent? And it's like, I'd get a bit violent if someone had been poisoning me for, like, 10 plus years, actually. I think that's a fairly rational fucking response. I mean, I hate to do it to the lad, but I'm giving her the darts, because I think she's fucking forfeit if we don't. You hand Dr. Kelly the tranquilizer darts. Dr. Kelly quickly loads into her gun, leveling the barrel at her son. Buddy, I thought we were in this together. Thank God. Dr. Kelly sighs heavily, staring down at the warped figure of her son. I can drag him into the safe room on my own. I'll meet you at the front when I'm done. He returns to the entrance of the clinic. Everything is quiet now, only streaks of paint where Reese's minions had once roiled out of cracks in the wood. Keeping the status quo, lock him away. I hope you understand that this needs to stay between us. I don't care how much you feel like you need to share what happened with other people. The more people know about this, the more trouble it is for me, and for him. I don't need any more well-intentioned escape plans. Maybe they can talk it out after he's locked up. Maybe. Like I say, it's shitty either way, but I think this is the path that led to the least casualties. But at the same time, like, what kind of a life is it, you know? Like, what kind of a life is it? Ugh. Like, there's a glimmer of hope that they'll manage to work it out. But I mean, I think that's her task now, you know. Moral dilemmas are always fun. Yeah, I'm hoping maybe once he's calmed down a bit, he's gone to his more just being a bit sad form. But it gets worse when they butt heads, and they are past butting heads at this point. There's a magic stone in your basement, just thought you should know. Also, we busted through a hole in the wall down there. Okay, thanks for the heads up, I guess. Yeah, I do feel pretty guilty. Joined the club. But he was bound to figure it out sooner or later. I'm just glad there was an extra pair of hands around. It could have gotten a lot worse. As much as I'd love to stand around chatting, I have to get to work. Gotta clean this place as best as I can before tomorrow. What is her plan for after her death? I don't fucking know, man. I do not know. And you should probably get home. It's dark. I'm sure your cousin is worried about you. I'll leave. I don't think it's the right time to be hog. You don't wait to be kicked out. Heading out the doors to the clinic into the dark night beyond. Hey, Wayne, you wanna... The night is oddly warm compared to the chill of the day. Crickets singing quietly in the sleepy little neighborhood. Everything that happened in the clinic feels almost like a dream, and now that it's over, you realize how little it meshes with your understanding of the world. It's time to go home. It's time for you to get home. He appears as if out of nowhere, clothed streaked with what at first looks like blood and gore, but you quickly realize it's paint. Evidence of his altercation with Reese. I'll walk you. Thank God you're okay. I was worried Reese might have gotten to you. Wayne emits a strange kind of coughing sound. You realize he's laughing. Shall we? Hell yeah. You know what? Wayne is the homie now. And I'm going to regret this, no doubt, in episode 5. But Wayne the homie now. Wayne walks just ahead of you in near complete silence. Thanks for looking out for me tonight. Anytime you find yourself in danger, I'll be there for you. I will always be there for you. Do you know what happened to Stella? She ran off, didn't she? Remember that if you find her. She won't be there if you need her. Interesting. I'd burn it with fire while you still can, to be honest. Don't let him into your home, in case it's one of those sites that needs consent for him to enter your place. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's actually a good shout, Ryu. Don't invite him into my home, but I can be, like, chummy outside of it. Now, hear me out, chat. Now, hear me out. What if? No, I think I'm going to leave that on the table. Because don't forget, this isn't Wayne. This is something possessing Wayne. And we don't know what the something is. Because there was a minor guy called Wayne. And then he disappeared or died or something. I mean, his dating pool is fairly small. Might as well go for it. So you're saying there's a chance. I found my family's death records today. Things aren't adding up. Good. You're starting to see the holes then. Look for more. Did you know Reese was like that? I knew he was different. How exactly, I wasn't sure. But now I know. I'm so fucking tempted. Okay, fine, you can date the thing that is possessing Wayne or whatever you said. Why are you following me around? Why not Stella or Kanika or Sybil? Why not Tabitha? Because you're special. You don't need to keep coming up with new topics of conversation to fill the silence. You're tired. It's been a long night. You should rest. There isn't anyone better than him in this town. Wayne remained silent for the rest of the journey back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. Chance is gone. No, Chance is gone. Yeah, that's fine, honestly. Like, it's kind of funny and tempting, but... Unless... You know what? Zethus, you should probably know this. I believe you said last time that there's technically a way to go back and redo some choices. Is there a way to, like, hop back a few steps? So I could have tried the flirt thing there. Yes, you have autosaves. Ooh. Okay. If you click on saves, then auto. Ah. Okay. Right. So let's go back to here. Click on saves and auto. Don't overwrite it now. Trying my best not to. Oh, you need to press load first. Ah, that would explain it. Right. Okay, let's... this is my one time, okay, because I think it's something that's goofy. It's going to be funny for stream. There we are. So I'm going to keep with that. Realize he's laughing. Shall we? Then what do we want to say? Because we only get a couple of shots at this. Do you know what happened to Stella? Yep. All that. Found my family's death records. Starts to the holes. Then, thanks for looking out for me. Fuck it, let's go for it. Oh my god, I have to come up with my own riz? Okay, now this is an interesting game. Chat, how do we riz him? This is an absolute no. I'm sorry, I can't do this. This is far too forward. Hand-holding in my Christian stream? Oh. Thanks for walking me home. But, like, in the kind of thanks for walking me home kind of... I mean, he has been forward with you. Yeah, but not forward in this sense. I feel like you're playing an entirely different board game when you're trying to do this. I missed you today. Wish you dropped in sooner. Just can't stay away, can you? You must really like me. I feel like he's going to, like, just dismiss this one. Try and hold his hand. He's going to react really weirdly to. Yeah, where's wanna grab a coffee sometime? Where's, like... That would be ideal here. How do I... Okay, we've established it's not 1, it's not 5. It might be 2, it might be 3, it might be 4. So it's either thanks for walking me home, I missed you today, wish you dropped in sooner, or just can't stay away, can you? You must really like me. Damn, I love overanalyzing conversations. It's almost like real life. Being forward probably works with Wayne. In which case, this is probably the most forward of the ones I'm comfortable with. Monster. Express romantic feelings for a certain special someone. Hell yeah. I miss you today. Wish you dropped in sooner. I'll let give you your space. I don't want you to feel like I'm boxing you in. You're free to make choices for yourself.
I'll always be there to step in if things get out of hand. You can think of me as something as a guardian angel, if you like.
Hell yeah, we're in. We're in. Do you think he'd be purified if you touched him? No, I think I'd probably be corrupted. Is my name Rainbow? Oh, also, hi there, Radio. And yeah, you may notice that I've updated the like I finally got my overlays working again. Maybe I'm not sure if they update, but they're correct as of the minute. Yeah. So yeah, people who subscribe now get rainbow names, and people who raid get green ones, and people who follow get orange ones. I haven't fully decided on the color of the bottom two yet. The gremlins have been purged. Indeed, Oz. Nice to see you as well. Don't mind me. I'm just, like, kind of casually being a monster fucker over here. Don't worry about it. Because, to be fair, I had to know. Oh. Real. But, yeah. Okay, I know, I've been lurking. Ah, fair. Oh, it's a very interesting game, this one. But yeah, Gremlin's been purged. I'm hoping I might be able to get a couple more upgrades to stream done, maybe tomorrow, so that I can have, like, my ad breaks automated, and, like, maybe some other stuff. Maybe I finally get around to adding fucking channel point redeems. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, though. I am, a little stupid in that regard. Do you know Reese was like that? Oh, I think I already read this one. I didn't hear this one last time, so... Nah, you know what? I'm gonna stick to my original choice. Let's not reveal things that I wouldn't have normally revealed. I feel like you're becoming more like Avery after this episode. Like, yeah, at the start I was like, like, having ditchlings lay things new, that's weird. And then at the end of this episode, I'm just like, hey, that Wayne fella, though. Oh. It's just special. But why? Why am I so special? You simply are. Do you not feel the ties that bind us? They are unbreakable. Oh, flirting with him actually gives you the option to explore everything. Ah, okay. I thought you wanted me to stay in the estate. Are you going to lecture me? You are free to make your own decisions, and those decisions have been made. I know that something pulls at you, and now that it's started, I know that you cannot stop until your task is finished. I'll keep you safe while you do what you must. You continue in silence back to the estate. I'm sure we'll see each other tomorrow. You should try to spend some time in that old building before you head to town. Tabitha won't be around, too busy at the mines. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her there to stop you. But you might be surprised at what you find. Until then, sleep well. He disappears into the underbrush. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls. The pool, Stella, Sybil, Dr. Wayne. Easy choice. Yeah, pretty much. It's either Grandma, who I do not trust, the guy who's, you know, like, had a good mining job, so there's like a physique there, Doctor who poisoned her own son, and YouTuber. No one wants to date like a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer. That would be cringe. Oh. So yeah, it's got to be Wayne, really. The estate feels empty, wind howling through its abandoned halls, the very foundations creaking beneath you. Your cousin must have already gone to bed. Go to bed. Exhausted beyond belief, you stumble into your room and collapse on the bed. I sure hope that thing that was it I just happened to note was in my closet this morning hasn't gone back in there. The damp smell of the mattress starts to become almost welcoming, a sign that the now daily horrors of Scarlet Hollow are finally behind you, at least until the sun inevitably rises once again. You close your eyes, your exhausted body succumbing to sleep almost immediately. As you drift off, you think of Reese, trapped in that tiny windowless room, all his greatest fears realized, his body no longer his own. But you stopped him from killing Dr. Kelly. The world, at least for now, is protected from him. And then you think of nothing. Alright then. I'll finish episode 4 without finding Stella. I could have found her? What do you think about another man forestalling asleep? I had a lot on my mind. Alright, this is the end of episode 4. There we are. Well, what an episode. I can't believe that we're after really a guy cheater SMH. No, it's not like that. Oh. Damn. That's rough. Yeah, I can't believe Stella was findable and we didn't find her. That's kind of crazy. Huh. At least according to that achievement. Well, shit. The die has been cast. I'm not replaying the entire fucking episode, obviously. So, that will do it for episode 4. I so do not fucking trust Sybil. Yep, you could have found her. That's interesting. Perhaps something for a second playthrough. But, you know, when I'll get around to doing one of them, I'm not sure. Let's focus on playthrough 1. She can have the peanuts once she shows up as the final boss. True! Yeah, that's it. Ryu knows where my head's at. But yeah. Okay, so I do not trust Sybil in the slightest. Like, takeaways from that episode. Wayne kind of cool, actually. Maybe. And then... what else? I feel bad for Reese, but he was going to kill Kelly. Maybe he would have been fine afterwards. Maybe he wouldn't. Is episode 5 out? Episode 5 is out, actually. It's the latest episode. But after that, we have episodes 6 and 7, which I've been told might be coming out at like the same time. That'll conclude the story. How this waiting will hurt. Zethus needs his fix of Scarlet Hollow. But yeah. I also, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Zethus, but episode 5 is longer than the other episodes, right? Because it was released in like 2 halves. So, I imagine there's a lot going on with that. Whether that means episode 5 goes over 2 streams, I'm not sure. But, yeah, I'm kind of wary of that. Episode 5 takes around the same amount of time to play. Oh, okay then. Right, well, in which case, I guess next week, we find out what episode 5 holds. Very, very interesting. But I'm going to leave that until next time. Let me go and see if there's anyone who we want to raid into here. Let's raid into... I'm thinking... let's go raid into Vivi. Why not? Not playing Scarlet Hollow, but she's cool. But yeah, so Raiders, I will send you over there. It's mostly all the branches that make episode 5 script very big. Ah, right, gotcha. And to answer your previous question, yes, last 2 episodes were released at the same time. Excellent. Thank you for the stream. No problem, Ryu. I'm glad everyone's here and enjoyed it. It you know, means a lot that people come to watch that lol me. But yeah, I will send you off to Vivi now. Tell her that Artie said hi. And as for everyone else watching on the YouTube end or the VOD end, thank you all very much for watching. I've been Artorius Winchester, and I'll see you all next time. Farewell.